Gentlemen, Mrs. Heisler and I are out for a meeting today, so you need to make sure that you get these notes done. You also need to make sure that you look at that document that we shared with you at the beginning of class and go through and complete those different tasks. Okay? So for today, remember, when I write, you write. We have our vocabulary term numerical expression. It's a combination of numbers and operations. The biggest thing to remember is that there is no equal sign. Remember, at any time, if you need to pause this video in order to fill in your notes while you're doing that, please do that. An example would be 3 plus 4 times 8 minus 6. Okay, numbers and operations. An algebraic expression is a combination of numbers, operations, and variables. Once again, there is no equal sign. So here we have 3 times the variable x plus 4 minus y. And a variable is a letter or symbol that can represent a number. So it's kind of like an unknown. So what don't I know from the problem? So something like pi is not our variable. Letters, lowercase letters, are variables. Like here, it's x. Now I want you to take a minute or two and fill in the chart with as many names or words that represent these different operations. Okay? Pause the video now and go ahead and do that. I'm just going to fill in a couple of quick ones for each. You notice that some of these are phrases. Some of them are just one word. These are definitely not all the lists that we can have. Make sure that if you don't have these, that you fill them in. Notice here we have several symbols that you need to make sure that you are aware of. Here, any fraction is a division problem. Okay. Make sure you go ahead and pause if you need to fill in the chart. Could there be more than this? Yes, most definitely there can be more than this, but these are the ones that you need to write down right now. Take a look at example 1. What we're going to do is we're going to take a look at 5 less than x. What you want to do is underline the information that tells you what your operation is. In this case, it's less than. Less than is subtraction. So we put our subtraction sign. When I have 5 less than x. X becomes my variable in the front, and 5 comes over to the second. When I'm talking about the product is multiplication. I'm going to throw factor in there as well. Okay? Product of 8 and z. That is 8 times z. All right? Or something like 8 times z. When we have a variable involved, we don't use x for multiplication because if we don't want to confuse it with a variable. Now I want you to pause and try the next two on your own. Go. Pause the video. Now a number divided by 7 is n divided by 7. You could use any variable. You could use a, z, x, w, r, b, whatever you want it to be. Here a number plus 13 is n plus 13. All right. Try the last 4 on your own. Go. In here, we have 7 less than 3 times a number. So that's 2 different operations. That's multiplication and that's subtraction. So 3 times a number, 3x, minus 7 is our expression. The sum of 3 times y and 5. So it's 3y plus 5. Or this one would work as well, 5 plus 3y. A number minus 18. N minus 18. The quotient division of y and 6. So y divided by 6. You could also do a fraction, y over 6 as well. Okay. Make sure you have these notes filled out and go on to your directions for step 2.